In this video, I'm going to be bringing you my first thoughts on Super Mario Odyssey for the Nintendo Switch. As you may be aware, Super Mario Odyssey came out on Friday for the Nintendo Switch in the US, and I picked it up. Obviously, I had this pre-ordered, and so it arrived Friday morning. Went ahead and started playing it Friday evening, and I've played it for a couple days now, and just want to give you guys my thoughts on the game and also show you some gameplay. So we'll go ahead and cut to some gameplay footage, and I'll just talk you through what my thoughts are. I haven't played a Mario game on a console since Super Mario 64, so this is a pretty big jump for me. I was a huge Mario 64 person growing up, and this game really reminds me of that. And so I will jump to the footage now and just show you what I think about the game and showcase some of the gameplay. Alright, so here's the start menu. As you can see, there's a single player, but there's also actually a two-player assist mode. I have not had a chance to try that out yet. And then it cuts you right into a cutscene. As with most modern Mario games, there's a pretty lengthy intro. This is just a small piece of that. And then once you're in the game, it's pretty neat. Here you can see me jump into a chain chomp, and so you can actually take control of them, and you use that to knock down certain walls and barriers. In this game, you collect moons instead of stars, and the idea behind the moons is that you use them to power the Odyssey, which is essentially a spaceship, to get between different areas. And here you can see me take control of a T-Rex. This is really awesome. I really enjoyed this. So you basically take control of it, and you can just go around destroying everything. So you'll see here where you actually have to use it to get to this other area and destroy a wall so that you can advance to the next part. And that's what I'll be doing here. And basically anything you step on, you'll destroy. If you step on any coins, you'll collect them. It's really neat. Same thing with the chain chomp. You'll see me just basically run through him in a minute. It's really neat. I wasn't sure if I was gonna like the, taking control of everybody, since that's the big concept of the game, from what I saw in demos and that. But I actually really like it. It really adds to the game. And here you can see one of the 2D levels. So you actually have to play the 2D levels to essentially climb up walls and elevate. So instead of jump in elevator shafts or anything like that, you basically do these 2D zones, which are really cool. You're basically playing a 2D Mario game at this point. So this one's very similar to Super Mario, the original Super Mario Brothers. It's very cool. And so we'll just get up top here in a minute. This was the first 2D level I encountered, and so I spent time adapting to it and figuring out if there was any hidden one-ups in the blocks or anything. It turns out that for the entire time I've played this game so far, at least, there haven't really been any one-ups. You can get heart containers, which basically give you 3 extra hearts, and I actually had achieved that. And so if you look at the top right corner, you'll see the green circle. That's basically your base 3 hearts, and then I achieved an additional 3, and that's what the teal color one is, and that's why I have 6 hearts. And then once you reach the top here, you jump back into 3D mode. You'll see that. And there you go, and then you just continue on. Here we are at one of the boss fights. So this one's pretty cool. This is, I think, either the second or the third boss fight in the game. You basically throw your hat at the spike, and it flips back and hits her, and then you jump on her head, and you have to do that 3 times. And so we'll just watch this briefly, so you can kind of see what the play looks like in one of the boss fights. Like I said, this is either the second or the third boss fight. I can't remember. I took some of the gameplay and just snipped it into pieces to kind of show you, some of the different aspects of how you use your hat. You don't punch or anything in the game. You throw your hat for everything. So if you want to break a block that's on the ground in front of you, you just throw your hat at it, and it breaks the block. And so everything's driven around the hat mechanics. You can also throw the hat over a ledge and jump on it and use it, kind of like a springboard. The different aspects. This is very similar to what would normally be like the Bowser fights in Super Mario 64, except in this one, each boss fight is a different character. And here you can see hitter, and that should be the third time, I believe. And then when you beat these bosses, you get what's called a multi-moon, which is, it's either 3 or 4 moons. So in this case, it's 3. So I'm just going to go over here and get the rest of these coins. And I'll jump over and get the multi-moon. And like I said, the moons are used to power up the Odyssey, which is essentially a space shuttle that you take to get to the different zones. So right now I'm kind of in the, in the desert zone, which is the second world, kind of. There's really no jumping between levels or worlds. You basically just play the game. It's not like any other Mario where you have level 1, 1, 2, 1, 3, etc. Or even Mario 64 where you jump into levels. This one you basically start at the beginning and you just play through. It's almost never ending. And you can restart at any point at a checkpoint. You can also bring up a map and you can travel between checkpoints at any point in time. And those are my thoughts on Super Mario Odyssey for the Nintendo Switch. Again, this isn't a full review. I haven't had enough time to play the game, but I just wanted to give you some first thoughts of what I feel I like about the game, some things I dislike about the game. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Have you picked up this game if you have a Switch? What are your thoughts? Let me know. And don't forget to subscribe. I upload a new video on this channel every Wednesday and Sunday, generally around noon Eastern time. Thanks for